Chugach. Today I'm going to be planting 3 crops for my dog. Chugach. What do you think? Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Stop. Stay. Today I'm going to be planting 3 different crops for my dog. So I'm going to be planting carrots. These Chug loves. He loves to snack on them. Thankfully he hasn't yet learned how to like pull them out of the ground, and I've only ever grown them in raised beds. So he hasn't like been able to reach them really, I don't think. But he loves to eat them. I'm also going to be growing beets. I don't think I've ever fed him straight beets, but I know they're pretty good for dogs. So I'm going to get a little bit more of these in. I also definitely want to plant all of these things for myself as well. But I think the thing that he eats the most from my garden that I feed him, I think I've also seen him like grab some and pull them off and eat them, are snap peas, sugar snap peas. So I'll be growing a couple of different varieties of this. I'm going to be growing sugar snap peas and also a snap pea called Sugar Daddy snap peas. And these, yeah, he loves. I love to grow them because they grow so easily here and so quickly, and they'll grow all season long, and it's great just while I'm in the garden to grab like a handful and snack on it while I make my rounds. It's also like an on-hand treat in the garden for my dog if I want to like train with him or, you know, treat him for anything. There is like always some available, so hopefully I'll grow enough. The beets and carrots I am going to put in my raised bed in the back. I had grown potatoes in there, but I just don't think I'm going to grow potatoes this year. It's just like so much space, and potatoes are so fun to grow and I love to get them, but I don't actually cook all that much, and I especially don't cook with potatoes all that much. So it's just, I'm gonna see how I like not growing them this year. I think I'm gonna spend most of that raised bed growing flowers, more cut flowers. So hopefully it'll all be put to good use. So that's where the carrots and beets are going. For the snap peas, I am just gonna I have these big containers just in front of my hoop house, kind of. Yeah, I don't know exactly where I want to put them. I'm probably just gonna leave them where they are. And I just put a big trellis kind of in between both of them. It's a tomato trellis, but I actually don't think I'm gonna grow that many tomatoes this year as well. I think this year I'm gonna really focus on cut flowers and what I could sell at the farmer's market, so having a lot of that. I have a lot of plant starts, which are going to be the majority of what I sell, but hopefully, yeah, I'll have enough cut flowers to do a lot of bouquets. So I definitely want to be spending a lot of my space in the garden on those flowers. But snap peas are just like a great snack. I am not trying to grow enough to like harvest a big amount all at once. I just want to grow enough for them to be my snacks. It's always just so fun for me to grow in the garden. Also in one of my other raised beds in the back, I'm growing a few kale. I'm growing Black Magic kale, which is like a dinosaur kale, and winter boar kale, which is like the curly leaved kind. Very winter hardy, very cold hardy. Also had some shallots that I was, trying to think of where to put it. I just put it along this one side on that raised bed, and then I also have kohlrabi, which I don't know where to grow, so I figured I'd just put them all in that raised bed, see how they do. These are like cold season crops. So I planted that up a couple of days ago and it got down to like 32 degrees last night, and it's doing fine. Everything is doing fine. Nothing, you know, died, and hopefully like it doesn't get any colder than that at night. But those are doing great. It's still like it's the beginning of May, so our last frost date is probably, our average last frost date is at the end of the month. Those are all pretty cold hardy things. I think the shallots I'm not sure of, but kohlrabi and the kale, definitely they can survive some cold temperatures, and I think they can still like grow pretty well. Kale especially, I think that's just gonna take off. It's in a very sunny spot as well. But yeah, that's just what I've been up to, what I've been planting lately. I still have like a bunch of raised beds, or like the no-dig bed, that I have to clean up. It's all very messy. I didn't do any cleanup of the plants that had died over winter, so they're mostly still there. Yeah, that's just the big task ahead of me before I can start planting out. I think soon I'm gonna be able to plant some snapdragons outside, and I might cover that with a bit of frost cloth. Although snapdragons are pretty cold hardy, I don't think they're frost hardy. So just in case it gets too cold, they'll be okay, but I think they're ready to go in the ground. At least some of them. I really do hope to get some snapdragons early. They grow pretty quickly, and they'll keep producing throughout the season. And I have a lot of seedlings, so if I plant some now, hopefully I can see, you know, judge maybe for next year what is a good time. If they don't do well, I'll probably hold off. If they do, I'll know, you know, maybe now, this time of year is a good time to do it, especially with the frost cloth. Maybe that will help. But yeah, excited for these, excited for everything out there, excited for all the flowers that I'm growing this year. Anyways, that's all for me. I think this was just a quick video. I don't know how long it'll be in the end, but thanks so much for watching. Bye.